Hey y'all, so tonight I'm going to show y'all how I make my meatloaf. In here I already have 2 pounds of ground beef and 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and crack my other 2 eggs and beat them so that we can add them into the meatloaf. I found that it's easier to go ahead and beat your eggs before you add them into the meatloaf, mostly because it's easier to mix together and you don't have to worry about making sure you break up your yolks. So now that my eggs are beat, I'm just going to add it straight on into my meatloaf. Next thing you're going to need is a cup of ketchup. So I have my cup of ketchup and I'm just going to add it straight into everything and find something to scoop it out with. The next thing I need is a cup of milk. So I have my milk here. I'm just going to pour it straight on top. I forgot to mention with this, make sure you do this in a big bowl. If not, you're going to pretty much overflow your workstation with all the ingredients. The next thing you need is a cup of crackers. Now a lot of people use breadcrumbs or bread itself. I'm going to use actual crackers. These are Reese crackers, and I feel like it would give it just enough saltiness along with pretty much everything else to make it better in a way. I don't know, I've never used it before. It's just, I thought I had, and I'm going to give it a try. I said a cup of crackers. I actually meant 2 cups. I apologize. But I'm going to show y'all how I pretty much cut up my crackers. I have a stack of crackers and I'm just going to smush them into the measuring cup here. Now that I have it in there, what I am going to do is take something round that will fit into the measuring cup. I'm just using a regular cup, and I'm going to crush it and turn it so that way some of the bigger pieces gets crunched up. If you have a chopper or whatever those things are called, use it. It'll be a lot better. But pretty much you just want to try to make sure you get them not as crunchy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this with the other cup and add it into here, and I'll bring y'all back. The next thing we need is an onion. You can use as much or as little onion as you like. You can also use a white onion, a red onion, or I think this is called an orange. It might be a yellow onion. That's what it's called. I am just going to stay with the white onion because I know that it works for what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm going to cut this up and I will bring y'all back. So I have my onion cut up and I'm just going to finish adding it to the mix. Now at this point you would want to add any other seasonings that you want. I'm not going to add anything else, mostly because I don't cook with salt in general unless it's already in the food. Like the crackers had salt, I think the ketchup has salt. That's the only time I use salt, because I prefer people to salt and pepper their own food, just because I grew up without having salt in mine. So I'm going to show y'all how I mix this. The very first thing I'm going to do is remove my ring, because I hate when the gunk and everything gets up under my ring. So I'm just going to remove this and put it in a safe place. Now here comes the fun part. If you do not like your hands getting messy and gooey, please have either gloves or have your kids do it. I don't really care, and my oldest one is outside, and my middle one, who likes to do this, is off with her meemaw, so I'm just going to do it. So don't really matter how you start. I'm just going to bring from the side and smush inwards, and just try to get everything incorporated and try not to make a mess. Now I'm turning the bowl as I go. I am making a mess as I go. I kind of wanted to show you how I'm doing this, so I'm just grabbing from underneath and bringing it forward. Turning the bowl and repeating the process. I'm going to finish up mixing it all together, and I will bring you back afterwards. Now that everything is mixed together, I'm going to grab my pan that I'm using. I'm not using a regular MeatLoaf pan. I'm just using this glass square pan that we have. My oven is preheating to 350, and I'm going to let this bake for 40 minutes, and then you're going to bring it up. So what I'm going to do is just grab some and put it in the pan, squish it down, okay, so I don't know if y'all can see. Let's drop you down. Okay, so now that I have everything in here and y'all can see my mess, sorry, I'm just going to push it down to the ends. Okay, so now that everything's mixed in, I'm going to put it in my oven for the 40 minutes. And then I will bring y'all back for what we're going to do on top of it with the ketchup. So here is it after it's done the 40 minutes in the oven. Next thing we're going to do is take ketchup and put it all over the top of it and put it back in the oven for 20 minutes, and then it's going to stand for 10, but I'll bring y'all back after I put on the ketchup. So there's the ketchup all on it, and here's a side view. So I'm going to put it back in the oven, let it cook for 15 to 20 more minutes, and then let it stand for 10. Okay y'all, here it is all done. We've already ate. This is what it looks like. Here's the inside. It's actually really good. I've never made it this way before, so that'll be a nice try. I like it. Mother-in-law likes it. Kids like it. Only other person that needs to like it is hubby, and well, he's picky, so there's no telling if he will or not. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to y'all on my next one. Bye.